Alrighty, boys. So we are back here on some NHL 25, and as you guys can see on screen here, finally they have brought in a decent Henrik Zetterberg. So we have the Henrik Zetterberg Titan here, and he is a 92 overall. We will check out his stats in just 1 second, but if we scroll over, there are some new like weekly updates and objectives here as well. And first one we'll go over is the Victor Arvidsson. So it is an 89 overall. This is a bound card. The Zetterberg is a bound card as well, but in order to unlock the Arvidsson, you come over to the Four Nations exclusive here, and you're going to have to complete all of these objectives. So stick checks with any Four Nations face-off player. This will reward you with a 79 overall. Next one is take between the leg shots. Again, you're going to get a 79 overall here. You guys can kind of see them on screen. I'm not going to read through all of them, but one-timer shots, shot blocks, assists, goals, and complete 5 sets. So I already did this one, the complete 5 sets, just because you do get a random choice pack of a Four Nations card, and it is a bound card, which is kind of unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie, but it's free. I ended up pulling the 87 overall. What's the goalie's name? Aiden Hill, I think it is. My 4 choices were kind of crap, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, if you complete all of these, you will unlock the 89 overall Victor Arvidsson. Again, kind of annoying that it's a bound card, though. I'm not going to lie, because it would be really nice if you could put this one and whatever you unlock in the choice pack here towards a set. But unfortunately, that is not the case. And if we head back over to the Discover tab, they did release a ton of new players as well, all Four Nations players. And they're pretty good. So 90 overall and 91 overall. So starting in the top left, we have Joel Armia, Samuel Urson, Jake Ottinger, which that Ottinger card might actually be pretty good. I know he's a pretty big goalie, and I've seen a lot of people use the 88 Frozen Forces one, so that could be a decent card. There's a 90 overall Colton Parayko, 91 overall Oli Mata, 91 Kevin Lankinen, 91 Matthias Ekholm, 91 Jesper Bratz, the 91 Jack Eichel. We're going to take a look at that card in a second because that is definitely a card that I would love to get my hands on. It's also a 91 Werenski. That's also a card that I would love to get my hands on. A 91 Travis Konechny, and then a 91 overall Connor McDavid. So obviously, if you guys have the Connor McDavid Team of the Year Ultimates card, that also ended up getting a boost up to a 91. Unfortunately, I do not have it. And then I'll just quickly throw on screen here. I've not gone over these ones yet, but these ones came out last week. 86 overall, all the way up to a 90 overall. And I did end up going for the Lucas Raymond. So I do have the 89 overall Lucas Raymond. And I just want to take a quick second. I have no idea who did the ratings for this Four Nations face-off, who did the overalls, because I want to know how the heck Lucas Raymond only got an 89 when somebody like Oli Mata gets a 91 overall. Does Oli Mata even have a goal this year? And then on top of that, with the MSP cards, UC Saros, how does he get a 92? I don't even think he's played. I mean, he came in for relief in the game against Canada a couple days ago, but has he even started a game? I have no idea. I don't know if I'm just complaining or what, but I don't know who did the ratings or the overalls on this, but they are absolutely atrocious in my opinion. And then Chris Kreider gets a 90 overall. He was a scratch for the first 2 games. I don't know. Anyways, moving on here. How to unlock the Zetterberg Titans card. So if you go over to the Hut moments, my camera's kind of in the way, but you guys can see here the Titan Zetterberg moments here. There are 9 of them, and I already have them complete. I already got this unlocked. You will, if you complete all of these, you will unlock just enough collectibles to unlock the Henrik Zetterberg. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these are actually kind of annoying to do. So first one is just get a point with Zetterberg. This is on rookie mode. That is easy. Get hits with Zetterberg. This one is easy as well. Score 3 goals with Henrik Zetterberg in the 3rd period. This one wasn't too bad. It is on semi-pro. Assists with Zetterberg. This one was pretty easy as well. And then it does start to get a little bit difficult here. So this next one, you have to get a hat trick with Zetterberg. It is on pro, but they kind of caught on to the whole goalie pulling tactic that I've been using. So unfortunately, you're down 3-0 in this game. So you can't score 1 goal and then just let your opponent pull the goalie and score 2 more goals that way. So you actually do have to score 3 goals with Zetterberg. My recommendation for this one, at least, and maybe for some of the other ones, is to, if you're able to get 2 goals with Zetterberg, do everything you can to at least tie the game and make it 3-3. Even if you're not scoring that 3rd goal with Zetterberg, just score it with somebody else, and then take the game to overtime. because if you go to overtime, Zetterberg will be your starting center. So you'll at least have the opportunity to do like a 3-on-3 and score with Zetterberg that way. I do think that's how I completed this one. Next one is completes perfect one-timer shots with Zetterberg. This is on rookie mode. This one is easy. These one-timers, by the way, do not have to hit the goalie. They just have to be like, they don't have to be an actual shot. You just have to essentially set up like a perfect one-timer with Zetterberg. Next one here on pro, score top left corner goals with Henrik Zetterberg. This one was kind of weird. I don't think I've seen like a specific goal with anybody yet, but I ended up completing this one pretty quickly. I don't know if I got lucky or not because it is on pro. So keep in mind, pro is, the difficulty can kind of vary. I'm not going to lie. Like sometimes it's not too hard and sometimes the pro difficulty is like way harder than actual pro. Next one here, get points with Henrik Zetterberg. So this might have been the one that I went to overtime with. But you do have to get 5 points in the third period. Again, this is on pro. You are losing 4-0. So like I said earlier, unfortunately, you can't really use like the goalie pull tactic, which is a little bit frustrating. But I did end up completing this one. And then this final one here, this one was so annoying, dude. So you have to score one-timer goals with Henrik Zetterberg, and you have to score 3 of them. Now, I'm going to show you guys really quick how I ended up completing this because it's really not easy, and it does not help that they put Zetterberg on the left wing, and he's a left-hander, so he's like already on his offhand to begin with. All right, so the very first thing that you guys are going to want to do is change your strategy to behind the nets, and then normally if it's on against a computer, I will turn my offensive pressure all the way up, and then you're going to want to change your offensive zone to aggressive, to a 1-2-2 aggressive. Okay, so luckily I just got a power play, so this is actually kind of perfect. So change your power play as well if you get on one to a 1-3-1. All right, so the sucky thing is on the power play, Zetterberg's a center, which isn't terrible, but you're going to want to take Zetterberg and put him to the right side over here. Okay, so if you're on a power play, it's not terribly hard. Pass it back to your defenseman and then kind of skate across, and you're going to open up, well, unless you get hit, but you're going to open up a one-timer the best possible way, that way right there. So this is kind of hard to like talk and do at the same time. But if I take Zetterberg down again, you want to park him on this right side over here. Send it back to whoever the defenseman is. So Lindstrom. I like to do like a little swoop around here. Go across to Zetterberg and then one-timer. That was a very lucky goal. You are obviously not going to score every single time like that. But that is how you can do it on the power play. If you're not on the power play, I like behind the nets. Like I said, change these forechecks and breakouts to how I showed you guys. From there, what you're going to want to do is give the puck to Samuelsson, okay? Because again, Zetterberg is on the left side, which is unfortunate. Take it with Samuelsson, the right winger. You're going to skate all the way around the nets. Zetterberg is going to find himself on the right side, up to the top here. And then you can go across to Zetterberg either that way. Oh my gosh, you literally can't even like hold the puck in this. It's so fucking... All right, so I'm going to try this again. Samuelsson all the way down. I'm going to skate all the way behind the net, like so. Swoop up top, and Zetterberg will open up for a 1-2 over here, which he didn't even take a one-timer. So that's one way to do it. Other way to do it is to pull Zetterberg over to this right side. You can go to any of the defensemen, back to either Lindstrom, and then I like to go across to Chelios here. All right, so I'm going to try this again. You're going to pull Zetterberg down here, like so. Keep him on this right side. You're going to go back to this left defenseman here, and then it opens up a seam to go cross ice to Zetterberg like so. So that is the second way to get the one-timers with Zetterberg. Third way might be the easiest, but it can be kind of annoying at times too, is just to pull Zetterberg on this top right point here, and then just do like a D to D, like so. But the issue that you run into with here is you're going to get a lot of blocked shots. Or you might get some tipped shots that end up going in. So those are the 3 ways that I ended up getting the one-timers with Zetterberg. Hopefully that helps because, like I said, that is the most annoying challenge I have ever done in this game. I'm not even kidding you. I was getting so tilted doing this. If you guys know of any other ways to get the one-timers, by all means, let me know in the comments down below. But I promise you, you have to make sure that you change the forecheck. The breakout, not so much, but I do like to change the breakout. And then the strategy. So when you press B, you can only do it at a whistle or at like the start of a face-off. but you don't want it on overload. Okay, overload was terrible for me. I had to do it as behind the net. So again, hopefully that kind of makes sense. Hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit. But we'll move on here. The next hut moments, they brought in the weekly moments, which these are really easy. You complete all of these, and obviously you get the weekly moment packs. I unfortunately did not pull anybody good. Bro, my cat just threw up everywhere. All right, so moving on to the stats of Henrik Zetterberg. He actually has really good stats. This is definitely a usable card. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of creepy how they make his eyes. They're like white. I don't know why they do that. Definitely a usable card. Starting with the skating. So, well, I guess we'll start with the synergies. He has playmaking forward, deking boost, and then pinpoint shooting boost. With his skating, acceleration is a 94, agility is a 97, and then the speed is going to be a 94 as well. He's got decent endurance too at a 90, so he's not going to get extremely tired really, really fast, which is nice. Got pretty good shooting stats as well. The slap shot and wrist shot accuracy are both 96s. Slap shot power is a 94, and then wrist shot power is a 93. And then he has really good hands too. Deking is a 97, offensive awareness is a 97. Everything else tops out at a 96 or higher, with the puck control being at a 98. He kind of lacks a little bit in the checking, but that is fine. He's got 95 durability, and then he has pretty good defense too. So defensive awareness at a 98, which is huge. And then he has 95 face-off. So definitely a really good center option if you guys are in need of a center. And then for his superstar abilities, he has Born Leader, he has 1T, and then he has close quarters as well. So like I said, I've not played a game with this card yet, but I do have him unlocked, and it is definitely a usable card. So I highly recommend going through the challenges or the moments to unlock him. If you guys cannot complete the moments though, there is one more way that you can unlock tokens. And with that, if you come over to the sets here, so you can either trade in 5 80 pluses, and 3 81 pluses, and you will receive 1 token. Or you can trade in 3 82s and 3 83s, and you will receive 2 tokens. Or you can trade in 3 84s and a single 85 or higher, and you will unlock 3 tokens. So I don't really recommend doing this unless you have a ton of cards in reserve, but personally I would just do the hut moments. That last one is probably going to take you a little while, but you will eventually get it. And then of course there is a store option here. I do not recommend going through the store option, but if you must, you can purchase an untradeable Henrik Zetterberg for 412,000 coins, or 5,500 points or pucks or whatever they're called. Or you can get the bound version for 225,000 coins or 3,000 points. But like I said, I do not recommend spending any money on this game ever at any point. Just don't do it. If you have a ridiculous amount of coins, maybe it could be worth doing that if you can't do the hut moments, but personally I would just do the hut moments. Now if we move on here, I'm just going to go through a couple of the new Four Nations cards here. We'll start with Connor McDavid. He has playmaking forward, he has pinpoint shooting boost. For his abilities, he has puck on a string and then elite edges. Obviously it's going to be a fantastic card. He has 95 acceleration, 98 agility, his 95 speed, so his skating is through the roof. For his shooting, pretty decent. He's got 98 wrist shot accuracy, 93 power, and then he has 94 slap shot accuracy with 91 power. His deking is going to be fantastic. He's got 99, offensive awareness is a 97. And then of course he is going to lack a little bit in the checking, and then kind of the defense too. The defensive awareness only being at 86 is not the greatest. He does have 91 faceoffs though, so it's not terrible, but it's not the best. Next one we'll look at here is the Jack Eichel. He has playmaking forward, he has deking boost for his synergies, and then for his superstar abilities, he has puck on a string and make it snappy. And skating, of course, is going to be really good as well. He's got a 92 acceleration, 97 agility, and then 93 speed. His endurance is only 89 though. Personally, I don't like the endurance being under 90, but I guess that's just me being a little bit picky. He does have a really good shot. Slap shot accuracy is a 93, slap shot power is a 95, and then for the wrist shot, both accuracy and power are at a 94. Really wish he would have had the pinpoint shooting as one of his synergies here. Kind of sucks that he doesn't. But for his hands, again, really good. He's got 99 deking, and then everything else is going to be a 96 or higher, with the puck control being a 99 as well. Checking is going to be kind of mid, and then the defense is kind of mid. He is a center, but his faceoffs are only an 87, so might be more beneficial to put him on the wing unless you are in desperate need of a center. Next up here, we have Zach Werenski. Definitely one of my favorite players. He's having a heck of a tournament as well. I think he has like 4 or 5 points currently, if I'm not mistaken. But for the synergies, he's got two-way defenseman, and then he has agility boost as well. Superstar abilities, he has tape to tape, and then elite edges. For his skating, he's got 93 acceleration, 96 agility, and then 93 speed. Endurance is above 90 at a 91. For the shooting, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. All 91s down the board, except for the wrist shot power at a 93. Would be really nice if one of his abilities was Heat Seeker, or even like the Seeing Eye would be nice as well, but it's not there, unfortunately. Pretty decent hands, pretty decent checking. He's got really good defense as well. 93 awareness, 95 shot blocking, and then 97 stick checking. And then next one, I just want to look at the Olimata. Bro, how does Olimata get a 91 overall card? Somebody please explain this to me. I don't even know what team he's on. My guy has 12 points in 53 games. That's frustrating, but whatever. Anyways, for his synergies, he has defensive defenseman, and then he has playmaking boost. For his abilities, he has send it, and then he has shutdown. So I guess he's a really good defensive defenseman. Skating is okay. Acceleration is only an 89. Speed's also only an 89. His decent agility, though, at a 96. Got a terrible shot. 83 accuracy for both wrist shot and slap shots, and the power's a 96 and a 95. Hands are kind of mid as well, but he is going to excel on the defensive side. His body checking is a 98. His defensive awareness is a 95. Shot blocking is 97, and then stick checking is also a 97. So I guess if you are in need of a defensive defenseman, he definitely does seem like a pretty good option here. And then last one I'm going to peek at here real quick is the Jake Ottinger. So he's 6'6" goalie. Synergies, he has agility boost and then defensive boost. For his superstar abilities, he has butterfly effect and then no timer. So this could actually be pretty beneficial. His speed is going to be at a 90. His vision is also going to be a 90, and then his positioning is a 92. So this could honestly probably be a really good goaltender. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I know a lot of people use his Frozen Forces 88 overall, and personally, I have a really hard time scoring on him. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I can only assume this one is probably just going to be that much better. If you're in need for a goalie, I have no idea how much he's going to cost, but could be a pretty decent option, and he is huge at 6'6". And then I lied, so this will be the last one that we look at. Victor Arvidsson. So this is the one that you can unlock in the weekly objectives. He is 89 overall. He has sniper forward, and then he has checking boost as well. For his abilities, he's got close quarters, and then he has unstoppable force. Skating is not terrible. Acceleration is a 90, agility is a 95, and then speed is a 91. For his shooting, he's got 93 on both slap shot accuracy and power. Wrist shot accuracy is 92. Wrist shot power is a 94. His hands are okay. Deking is a 93. Offensive awareness is a 91. And then his checking is not terrible either. He's kind of small at 5'10", but he's got 88 checking, 92 strength. And then his defense does kind of lack a little bit. Awareness is only an 86. Shot blocking 84, and then stick checking is an 89. So I'm sure this probably could be a pretty useful card for most people. Even if you throw them on like your third or fourth line or something. It is essentially a free 89. So I can only assume most people will probably benefit from having this player on their team. Like I said, though, it does kind of suck that he's bound and you can't put him towards your sets, which is really unfortunate. But before we wrap up the video, I'm just going to give you guys a quick team update here. Like I said, I did end up getting the Lucas Raymond. He is on my top line, my Red Wing line here with Dylan Larkin and Patrick Kane. I was a little hesitant, I'm not going to lie, to put Zetterberg on this top line, but his faceoffs are so good. I'm just going to keep that center, and I'm going to have him center the second line here with McDavid and McKinnon. Third line with Connor Bedard, Mitch Marner, and Nikita Kucherov. And then for the fourth line, we have Yzerman, Hall, and Nylander. I did unfortunately have to take out my Svechnikov. Don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet. I could potentially, I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll just hold on to the Svechnikov and probably just put him in a set in the next event. But it does kind of suck taking him off because I like him more than Nylander. I don't like him more than, I don't know if I like him more than Hall and Yzerman, though. I'm not going to lie. But I do like him more than Nylander. But this Nylander was a pain in the butt to make, so I can't get rid of it. And then for defense, we have Cale Makar, Victor Hedman, Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy. I love this card. I was kind of hesitant to get it, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't really want to spend all of the 88s on a defenseman, but this card is really, really good. And I'm actually kind of thinking I might start leaning a little bit more towards a defensive defenseman versus offensive defenseman, because his poke check and just defensive awareness is fantastic. And then for line 3, we have Paul Coffey and Rasmus Dahlin. And then for the goalies, I'm gonna give Aiden Hill a shot here. I went back to the 88 overall Henrik Lundqvist recently, and dude, that card just, he sucks. He's so bad. But at least Aiden Hill is a little bit taller. He's 6'4", and then his speed is a 90. Doesn't have the best positioning and vision. Only had an 88 overall, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to give him a go. I'm going to see if I like him. And if I don't, I'll probably just end up going back to the Lundqvist. So yeah, we'll keep the video there. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the new cards. Are you guys going to go for the Henrik Zetterberg? I can only assume 99% of you will. But like I said, bro, good luck on that last objective, because that was the biggest pain in the butt, I swear, I've ever done in this game. So try the tips that I gave you guys. Hopefully that helps a little bit, like I said, but hopefully this card is worth it. And then also let me know in the comments down below if you guys are going to go for any of the new Four Nations cards. I really want to get that Jack Eichel, man. The Jack Eichel and the Zach Werenski are probably the two that I want the most.